So just wait. Because I will invite you and bring you up. Correct. Instagram is on now. So hello, my people. How are you doing? Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching Chinedu Anichi TV from. My name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity CSO, and today is Atlanta Hangout, and is going well right here in Atlanta, in Georgia, in United States of America. So, how you doing, my people? So, this night we'll be having our normal hangout, and tonight we'll be having um, our big sister Autumn Wims, and we know her with the name Sugar Queen of Alana Avenue. Today we'll be having her on the show. So I don't know where you are, but get ready because she's a vibe, and today you will see. So no need. I will not run a lot of of I don't have to run a lot about her by telling you everything of her, but you're going to experience her and know that she's a vibe. So, but before that, as I welcome her, let's go to our jingle, play our music, and welcome her to the show. So, I have the privilege to bring in to Atlanta Hangout today my sister, the sugar of Atlanta.
Make we talk our talk, yo. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo.
Hi, how are you? How are you? Thank you for bringing me on. What's good?
Make we talk our talk, oh yeah, everybody join the TV. No day they happen, no. No day they selenge. We don't talk our mind, yo. I see me now, so we don't talk more. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even on the YouTube. Subscribe and follow. Chinedu Anichi TV. Eba fukona potuno. Eba fukona man. Now we'll be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinedu Anichi TV. Voice of Africa, where they show. Chinedu Anichi TV. Now where we go there. Chinedu Anichi TV. Gather your family, call everybody. Chinedu Anichi TV. Prison what the
Yes, so my people, how you doing? So it's really a great day today, and we're having Sugar in the show. And I don't know if it's network or whatever that took her out, but she's back to the show, and we are good. So what's going on? Is it network or what? I'm not hearing you clearly. Wow.
Everything in line, so we won't have to go through that.
Okay, I don't know why it is. I don't know why the service in that area is not very strong. What you're yeah, it's not very strong at all. I don't know if you can change service or change where you are. I don't know what to have to place it. I don't know the reason for that, but it's not. It's not. I don't know the reason, but it's not showing. It's not strong.
Give me a second.
Okay. 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 No problem. I'm waiting. Okay, my people, you can see that Sugar is already in the show, and what we're waiting for is for her to come in, and we kick off for the day. So, um, a lot we're going to discuss on Alana Hangout today. We'll be talking about just real life vibes. I don't know where you're watching from. I don't know where you're watching from. I don't know what you think, but today, the other day we talked about, we were with Kiara, and she talked about Nigerian men. And since we posted it, about 81,000 people have seen it, and I have not seen any one Nigerian man said, I want to react or I want to come to the show to say she's not right or she's right or whatever. I don't know. Ifeanyi Emmanuel Ugu, how are you, Mr. Papachula? Yeah, Kings for 26Y. Yeah, Chuka Abucholugo. Oh, wow. Unique Vision. Oh, Unique Vision is watching. My big brother is already on the show. How you doing? Africa is real. My big brother. How you doing? So my big brother is already watching from Alabama, as I'm telling you, in the city of Alabama, and he's really keenly watching what's going to happen tonight. And I'm always very proud of Africa is real. So I don't know whoever is watching anymore. We're still waiting for Sugar to get ready and join us. But before then, I don't know where you are. Hello Capita, incredible. Hello Capita, say incredible. So hello Capita, this is our show, and this is Chinedu Anichi TV, and today is what we call Alana Hangout, Atlanta Hangout in our place, Atlanta Hangout. So that's what we're having today, and the Hangout is all about us. It's all about telling about us, telling ourselves the truth, telling ourselves how we feel about it. You can see the inscription on my shirt that says Atlanta Hangout. Is a place to be. So if you're watching, please share this live. Try now. Okay, I'll bring you in now. Yeah. Yeah, Sugar.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, it's a different place. It's a little bit more echoey in here.
So, but I think here is better, and even your voice is clearer. So, what changed?
The location. The location.
The location. All right. Okay. So, how you doing, Sugar? For protocol purpose, I want you to introduce yourself to our very esteemed audience. Introduce yourself.
Oh. Okay, well, hi everybody. I am Autumn Wings in real life. I am an entrepreneur, entertainer, artist. My name is Autumn Rose, the singer. My AKA is Sugar Dope. You can just call me Sugar, Atlanta Avenue Sugar, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I just met Chinedu. So he asked me to come on the show. So this is me, Autumn, Sugar Dope Queen from Atlanta, Georgia.
Sugar Dope Queen from Atlanta, Georgia is in the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
Sugar Dope, and Sugar Dope. So we welcome Sugar Dope. Sugar Dope, that's what she's called and what she's known for. That is Sugar Dope.
Let's talk our talk. Africa voice in diaspora. Chinedu TV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinedu TV. Make we talk our talk, yo. Chinedu TV. Nobody can talk our talk for us, yo. Chinedu TV. Africa's a
Share the live as we're about. If you're on Instagram, you're watching on YouTube, I don't know where you're watching from.
Oh yeah, everybody join the Chinedu TV.
Yes.
Not that it happen, no. Not that it selenge. We dey talk our mind, yo. As it be na so we dey talk am o. Mama, papa, brother, sister, even with the youth, yo. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Anichi TV. Eba fukona kotono, eba fukona me. Now who be the voice of Africa in diaspora? Chinedu Anichi TV. Voice of Africa, what they show. Chinedu Anichi TV. Now where we go there? Chinedu Anichi TV. Gather your family, call everybody. Oh. Chinedu Anichi TV. Prison what don't want no webu.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you, Sugar. We just welcomed you with this jingle. And to tell you that we are really here, and this is Pure Alana Hangouts. And you know what? Hangouts, we talk from our hearts in Hangouts. Hangouts is the place that is a straight talk. We don't talk with, we don't make sugar-coated statements in Hangouts. That's why here is Hangout. When you hang out, you talk from your heart. So you're welcome to Atlanta Hangout on Chinedu Anichi TV. My people will have an artist, an entrepreneur, an actress, and all what have you in a lady is encapsulated in this very enterprising woman and lady called Sugar Dope or Sugar of Alana Avenue, any which way you want to call it. So Sugar is here, and we are starting in earnest. Sugar, today you're in this show, Atlanta Avenue. What comes? Sorry, I said Atlanta Avenue is our movie series. I'm not too wrong, but this is Atlanta Hangout. What comes to your mind when you hear Atlanta Hangout?
Well, it's a place where the culture of Atlanta can be explored and people can talk about Atlanta and get to know us in Atlanta, the way we move, our culture, like I said, the different artists here, the different movements such as Atlanta Avenue, you know, people being able to relate to us. That's where I get, it's like a people place. It's the people talk.
Wow. Yeah, you're right, because it has a cultural connotation that reveals what happens in Atlanta. So what really happens? The life of Atlanta. That's what it is. Because in Hangouts, you relate, you network. In Hangouts, you know what I mean. You relate. You can find somebody good. You can find anything good happens in Hangouts. So I think this Hangout is for that purpose. And the words you used about the culture of Atlanta, the way of life. Culture means the way of life. So the way of life of Atlanta people. So you are very, very 100% correct for telling me what Atlanta Hangout is all about. So today you are in this show. Living in Atlanta, if you're asked to recommend people to in the states of United States or cities in United States, will you confidently tell people to always come to Atlanta? And if you do that, why? Why will you always tell people to come in Atlanta?
Well, Atlanta is a great place. First of all, it's and I love my home. I love where I was born in. I love the history of it. You know, I love the people that have formulated, you know, history here, and just making sure we keep an elevation platform through Atlanta, because a lot of people come here and they become what they, you know, sought out to be, or they learn our culture and it's taken around the world, such as everybody else's place. But this is Atlanta. Atlanta is so different. It's a hype place. It's a humble place. It's a place just to get to know a real mixed culture. It's a lot of different mixed cultures here, and they are all embraced. So that's the reason why I would tell somebody to come. And plus, we the biggest, we the best. It's Atlanta. You know, everybody wants to come to Atlanta.
Wow. So I think I have come to Atlanta too, and I think one of the things I know about here is yeah, I just discovered that this airport is the busiest airport in the world, and a lot of things special about here, just about the culture you talk about, and the way people, the way people network. The way people network here is easier to meet people in Atlanta.
You can. It's always a lot of hard workers all around the world, but Atlanta, like we got such a systematic glow when it comes to working. Even if it's in the industry, whether it's in the industry or nine to five, whatever the case may be, everybody holds position to a standard here. That's what I feel from my city. Everybody holds position to a standard. Everybody's hustling. Everybody's grinding. Everybody's proud of it. You know, and a lot of people don't talk about, but within the city, it is a lot of support for each other. It is a lot of support for each other. Excuse me. That's where I'm at. I have to do that every now and then, but it is a lot of support. And I just big up the whole city for trying. You know, it's trying in the world, and you know, it takes a village. So we all come together on most accords. And if we don't, you know, then it's always a competition fashion, and that'll never end. That's around the world. So there you have it, like a balance in Atlanta. Now you got to take the good with the bad, you know, and a lot of people just embrace the city wholeheartedly. I can't hear you. My message is still on. Mine's still on. Your mic is probably off. My speaker's on. Everything's on. I see the volume level. Can you hear me? My volume level is up. I could go out and come back in. I can hear you now.
Okay, you can hear me.
Hello?
Can you hear
I hear
me
you
now?
now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So thank you for this explanation, and I'm very, 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 very happy that somebody like you is here, at least telling us what Alana looks like. Because some people will just be hearing Alana, Alana, Alana. They don't even know the essence of the cultural values that people embrace here. So, but this is great. What do you think that is special? What do you think that it is special for a common man, a common American, or a common immigrant in Atlanta that is not easily embraced or easily seen in other states of the United States or other cities?
Well, that's not an easy one, but what's usually not embraced are the common people. Like you said, the common people, they're usually not embraced because in Atlanta, we look at it as a star capital, and we look at it as where a lot of celebrities or a lot of big venture, big, all of this rich scenario going on, and the common embrace. Like I said earlier, the people who work the 9 to 5s, the people who keep the city workers, the politicians, the teachers, the fire department, police, the common people who work in society, and they are a big significant to our city. So a lot of that does not get embraced, and then a lot of the independent artists, I would say, you got to have a certain stature of finances, I would say, or a certain following. So, you miss out on a lot of good people and good things, or people who can bring asset and value to whatever that you're trying to maneuver within this city and this town. So a lot of that does not get embraced. And I just I just want to put that out there since you asked me that. But other than that, just folks, common people.
Wow. Oh, that's I am Riz. Daddy. Daddy, how are you? Let me greet some people on Instagram. How are you? Alan, Yomi, Abu Fortune, King, Mr. Papachulo, and Lipopo TV. Lipopo TV, how are you? I'm Riz Daddy. Respect, Daddy. So, I want to say something. What do you think is the major challenging thing, or the advantage? Let me not say advantage, but the challenge somebody that lives in Atlanta can say, this is the challenge I'm facing here. You know, Atlanta cannot be 100% perfect. So at least there will be
Well,
challenge and certain things that if you are living in Atlanta, you've been passing through, you say, yeah, this is what, like for me, think of traffic, the way they drive here, the state I was staying before, the city I
woo,
was in before, they don't drive the way they drive here. The way they drive here, people can pass from the left and come to the right, and from the right to the left. I'm telling you,
look,
the place I was coming from, the place I came from, they don't, everybody's gentle. But when you go to 85 or 75 now, you will just see somebody from the left side goes to the fifth side. Oh my God. So the first time I came here, I was like, come on, will I survive this? So what do you think? So there are other challenges that is coming up from Alana. One or two. Just mention the ones you think is a challenge.
oh man, the challenge in coming to Atlanta is the network. The network, like you said, and I still gotta mention the traffic because it's so crazy. 20 years ago, we never had that problem. And then that's what shows you how much Atlanta has excelled, and opened up to other people from other states and countries, and everybody just is flooded. I'll say that that's a challenge too, from the traffic, the unusual traffic. Usually it takes you 20 minutes to get somewhere. Now it's becoming 30 to 45-minute commute. And then and then you got the flooding, having finding a place stable to live or affordable because of the high end that has came in, all of the gentrification and everything, and being pushed in and out of city limits, because of your income. That's a challenge coming in, and finding a feasible position in this city is going to take a little, elbow grease, but you you'll find that is challenging. Genuine people, you gotta. It's everybody here now. It's not just us. So you gotta know who you meeting, who knows what, who knows where. Is this the place to go, or is this the place to be? Anything like that. So that's a challenge. That's a challenge for people coming in. But getting showed love and reciprocating, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, that's good. So you've seen that also as a challenge, and I think I'm thinking the rate of which people are moving into Atlanta is alarming. What is attracting them? I'm telling you, I'm witnessing it. And people are just moving in each time, moving in, moving in, moving in. Yeah. And it
Yeah.
shows that something good is here. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the entertainment life where you belong. So, like the entertainment life about how what's the level of opportunities for those who are in the entertainment industry in Atlanta? Like the normal person, crossing over, getting a network or connected to a very profitable firm or organization. So how does an artist or an upcoming artist grow in Atlanta? Is this easy? Is growth easy in the entertainment industry here?
Um, nothing's easy. Nothing's easy, especially when you're trying to be an artist, or you're trying to get signed, or you're trying to get put on, or you're trying to get noticed. Period. Nothing's easy. First off, I found out that you gotta have a great character and personality. You gotta be humble. Your attitude has to match the aptitude that you're trying to reach, or you won't get nowhere. You can't go in the room like how you feel about you as an artist. You gotta go in the room as a business person. And once you go in the room as a business person, then people will take you seriously. Even if you're not financially stable, I learned that too. Even if you're not financially stable at the time, once you go in, it's your gift of gab. It's the way you communicate, and it's the time span and how you do it. You gotta reach back out. You gotta answer back out. You gotta reciprocate that same energy every time, and then it'll become more accessible to you. It'll never be easy now. It'll never be easy. It'll become more accessible to you. And once you reach certain heights, you got to be able to format change. You got to change this and change who you are. Your recreation has to be original every time. It has to be a thing where you are able to turn and evolve as a person, or as an artist. So it'll never be easy, but as long as you come in with that mindful thought, you come in open, then it'll work for you. You got to base your character on your personality, and it's got to be real.
Wow. So that's great. Thank you, Sugar Dope. Yeah, Sugar Dope, I think we are coming to closer to you and more closer. I want to ask you this issue of relationship. Um, when you relationship, what I want to ask you is the concept of cheating. So, um, if your partner or your spouse or your, I don't want to delve into that status. If you want to tell us, okay, it's left for you. But what I want to bring the relationship, like a partner, maybe as a spouse, married, or you maybe you you catch your spouse or your boyfriend cheating, what would be your reaction?
Okay, so if I was in that type of situation and I caught them, well, then that'll be self-explanatory. Me as a person, I would not have any questions to ask. An answer that might automatically come up is why, and why. That might be a question, why. But I'm actually not looking for a response, because if I caught you, that means that I was not a consideration to you. If I caught you, that means, hey, we weren't in a valuable relationship anyway, because first of all, you're not supposed to be caught. If you're gonna be, significant to one person and it's supposed to be that, you shouldn't be getting caught. First of all, you shouldn't be doing anything. You know, and if you're doing anything, you got to come to that person and let them know, hey, I'm not satisfied, or I want something else, or I just don't want this exclusively. You know, me, I'm not confrontational when it comes to things like that. I never have been. You know, I don't argue with people about a male or a female. I don't do that. That's not what I do. So if I catch you, I'm gonna let you go on about your business and do what you wanted to do. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know about nobody else, but you can go ahead and do what you want to do. You know, who's to say that we won't reconcile or talk about it later? Because everybody don't understand emotion. You know, I really do believe truly, and I'm gonna stop. Some people can really love you and they go out and do things, but they're not ready for your commitment and they're not ready for the, you know, what you have to offer at the time, but they want to hold it. They want to hold it. And, you know, and some people do work out like that. That's how teenage love works out. And then you 50 years of marriage. You know, I understand the whole different level when it comes to relationship because I've been there and done it. So other than that, if somebody wants to do something, you just continue to let them do what they're doing. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm not screaming. Definitely not crying. No more.
You know, there's a lady that was here. Queen Busy Bee was in this show, and when this question came up for Queen Busy Bee said that it is always good to give your partner a second chance whenever he cheats. Do you buy that idea?
I mean, if you love them like that, you know, and if they're not a serial cheater, if they're not somebody who's just dead set on having you and having their way, then it's fine. You know, maybe you can work things out. I'm all to it. I'm definitely all for true love. Because if true love stands the test of time, then hey, who am I to stand in the way of it? You know, I get you back, you know, with maybe that prayer bring you to your senses. So yeah, you know, second chances, you know, they're available.
So they're available. We're talking about you. Do you subscribe to it as a person, or you're just talking about they are available? But you as a person, do you believe you can do it?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. That's why I spoke on it that way. I can do it. That I can do. I don't push nothing off on nobody. You know, everybody ain't gonna be able to handle that, but I can forgive and I can forget because I don't want to keep those thoughts in my mind. That's not gonna be healthy for a reset.
Wow, that's great. That's great. That's good. So, um, what do you think about the relationship between Africans and African Americans? What do you think? How does the relationship, from your own understanding, how does it work?
I would not know how it works, but I can give you a logic. My logic on that is these are two brown skinned people. These are two melanated, beautifully melanated cultures, you know, but the same people. All of us bleed the same blood, but the cultures, you know, you got to be able to submit, you know, and on both parts, you know, and then you do have a part where one is more because they have so many values instilled and they go on those like Africa, you know, I don't know, but it seems like their morals and values are, you know, standard for today and yesterday, you know, back in the beginning of time when they first created them. African American, I'm gonna speak for me because I don't want anybody to think I'm speaking for the because everybody thinks different. That's what I was going to say. Everybody thinks different, and here we are more liberated and we are more authentic when it comes to. And not saying Africa is not authentic. We are more authentic when it comes to being, you know, ourselves, being of so many different cloths. We will try some new things. We will, for an example, not having children, you know, out of wedlock or anything, or you know, not having sex at a certain age. Now, we will do that over here. We will do what our energy and our spirit leads us to, or the way our parents and stuff raised us. But it's a scarce thing like it's a fear factor when it comes to, you know, you got the Africans that I met, and I know just as me and you talked earlier about the culture that you provide and how you want to see your family, and you know how you things like that. So we're all different types of people, but I think if we could really submit to some of, well, to the cultures of each other and be able to blend them, I think it could work. Other than that, it'll probably be a head smash. You get
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Okay, there are certain things, a concept that is always trailing among women in America, especially in Africa America, the concept of controlling and submission, being submissive, you know. So, in your own understanding, what are the things a man can be doing and you think is controlling? And what are the things you think a woman can be doing also and you think she's submissive in a marriage?
Well, as far as a woman's submissive, I think she should always follow the lead in her home, having friends and family's opinions. When you got family unit, that doesn't matter. And that's submitting, that's keeping your business to yourself in your home, not telling everybody what's going on, even the good or the bad. You know, there's nobody's business but yours. I feel like a woman should be accessible, you know, to her partner, you know, and that's because, and I'm an old school person. I got old school morals and values. That's just me. I'm kind of old, you know, when it comes to that. And I rather have my happiness in my home. I rather smile at my husband every day when he comes home versus me listening to, hey, he's been gone. You didn't talk to him. He didn't answer your phone call, and I don't have to put myself in those situations for somebody to tell me about my home, you know, because you got to value your home first. And if you don't get infiltrated, that's, that's social media, that's anybody that's pertaining to, then of course things are not gonna be, you're not gonna be able to submit. You know, you're submitting to, you know, your thoughts, those thinking thoughts, those thoughts of what if and what could go wrong, instead of saying, hey, I got a happy home, and praying for that and keeping that energy in the universe, because what you put out there come back. And when a man is different. You know, I think that he should be valuing what's right in front of him physically and mentally all day, every day, the same way. He should, you know, make her feel that same way every day, and come in and value the food that she cooks, even if it's not the best all the time and she's tired, or ask her how her day was, even if he's tired. I think just, I can't really speak on the man, but for what I would like to see, and that's consistency. I, you know, anything that would make me feel insecure and don't want to submit. So to that, you know, everybody coming together as one and having a greater understanding and knowing that it's bigger than the songs that's being played on the radio, or listening to the message, because music is universal language. Of course, to things, but you gotta have a strong, listen to that song about it. And as soon as your man don't answer the phone, then you mad because you feel like that the words in that song, we gotta take back our emotion when it comes to music and put it into it and put it on a valuable ear, not a valuable ear, but an ear that knows how to hear it instead of just listening. That's why we gotta, it's a whole it's a whole collaboration of, and commingling, coagulation of hearing. You gotta hear. Once you hear, then you can understand, overstand, and it's understood. That's a lot, but I mean it. You know, this is just in one day, one question, but I can answer that in so many ways about how I feel because I'm trying to take care of the people's here, not just mine and yours. I just want everybody to know it's the whole different level. It's you know, keep family functions going on. Only if you want to keep families and build future health and wealth with families alive and real love again, only then will you be able to understand that perception. You got to want that.
Okay, that's okay. And what do you think about controlling? When can a woman say, I'm being controlled?
Well, control. Some women, some women may say control is what do you have on, or where are you going, or who is that friend? I don't know them, or oh, you stayed out long, or coming in and having sarcastic remarks, because of I think insecurity, but that's another thing. But controlling, I think women would think that is controlling, and to be with them all the time, controlling or calling their phone 24. Hey, I need you to do this. I need this done. I need this done. That's controlling. Um, me, I like a little bit of. I like a lot of man in my man. I would never, I would never stand for abuse, physically, mentally, verbally. I would never. I would. I would any kind of disrespect, but if you're telling something, trying to learn me something, and out of love and showing me, because a lot of people don't understand. Some men, inadvertently show you how to be their wife. If you want to, you love him like that, you can't let anything get in the way for the learning process. So you got to want to learn it. So I don't controlling is it can be anything that's uncomfortable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't you think also, Sugar, don't you think also that when a man is so concerned about where did you go, where did you do this, where did you do that, don't you think it's not insecurity, but the man is being responsible? Because
Yeah,
the role of a
yeah,
man, the role of a man is to be protective to the family. You protect
yes.
your family. So if a man is insisting to know the whereabouts of the wife and when you come in and when you go, I don't think it's controlling. I think what it is that a man is being responsible because that's one of his roles in the house. He should be able to know and give account of his house, protect his house. But a lot of women will come up and say, because a man is asking them, where did you go to? Where did you do? They say the man is controlling. For me, that is
No,
wrong.
but see, I don't think that's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. It's okay. It's different types of relationships, right? Sometimes you do have control factors when it comes to that. You got some guys that really do it because they are insecure, and if you got to do that and you got to be insecure, you probably don't need to be in a relationship. But some guys do it out of love. I receive it as love because I want my man and my husband, whatever, I want him to know where I'm at. It's no reason why I should be because he want him to want to know where I'm at. I want him to want to think about me. I want him to be able to pull up if I need him. So this different, and I should not feel any kind of way because where am I that he shouldn't know about? You get what I'm saying? He should be able to know. It's no secret. So some women feel control when they feel insecure, when they're doubtful, and the same way with the man, or doing something wrong, of course they're gonna feel like it's control because they can't control the situation that they are not, putting on the forefront, that they are holding the secret to. So most of the time, that's how it goes when it's in that kind of situation, that instant. But other than that, yeah, some people do control. It's just a thing, But it's how far your submission goes as a woman or as a man. Is how far your submission goes. How deep is your love? How deep?
Yeah, why I'm saying it is that a lot of things are going on, especially among African American families and their women. Yeah, the African American women, they are allowed in such a way that they like to speak up. They like to talk loud, unlike African women, because culturally, a woman in Africa is not expected to be loud. Do you understand? So, but here is a very different thing, and because of it, even a man tried to put up some efforts to make sure, you know, because you see, freedom. I read a book and I said freedom is a burden. If you are so free in your relationship that nobody cares to ask, I think it shows no love. If you go out anytime, come back anytime, go anywhere you want to go, and do whatever you want to do, and your partner is not asking you why, I don't think that partner loves you. I don't think that she loves you. He
Mhm.
or she loves you. You go to the club, you come back, you will not just say, welcome, thank you, baby, and you go and sleep. He didn't even ask you why are you coming late. He didn't even ask you anything. For me, it doesn't show love. For me, it shows that that person don't love me because if a man or a woman loves you, it has to be involved in certain things you're doing, and it has to react to certain things you're doing, either positively or negatively. If it doesn't like it, it has to tell you this kind of thing you're doing is not my thing. You understand? You should be able to be expressive and communicate the satisfactions or a place of interest. So, but all these things are
I
nicknamed now to
understand.
mean controlling, controlling. Nobody is thinking about the positive part of it. And there's a
Well,
saying from somewhere that a woman who is always claiming right, um, they cannot stay in their husband. They are always in other people's beds. That's where they claim the right. There's a way it said that a woman who wants to claim her right will do it in other men's bed,
yeah,
from one man
shoot.
to the another, because if you are not satisfied with this one, you still meet another man that you think is controlling, and that's how controlling and controlling will keep coming your way, and you keep abandoning maybe your relationships.
Well, first of all,
But
you gotta be able to control yourself. Control yourself, and then you won't feel controlled when the right message is coming your way. Like you said, I want somebody to want to know where I'm at. I don't want to come in late at night. I don't want that in my life. Late at night coming in from I'm too event. Like my life has been out at this point. I'm a grown woman. I don't want to a certain way, especially if I'm trying to be someone's wife. I don't want to look feel a certain way. I don't want shame or guilt on my face when I come home. So everything that I do will be calculated, and I'm calculating it by myself. And I ask God first, and then I calculate myself by myself, and then there's nothing to it when a man comes and say, "Hey, are you going here? Probably what time are you going to be back? Or do you know who you're going with? Are you driving? Are you drinking tonight?" I want these questions to be asked, and it'll make me feel wholesome. It'll make me feel better. It'll make me feel like, hey, somebody cares, somebody loves me. With that, I'm that type of woman, and I learned all these things after some mistakes, bad decisions, or a reputation that beheld me myself, and I heard these things. You gonna as a woman and somebody who wants to be loved, you're gonna hear these things in the beginning, whether you're messing up or not. But you're gonna get to a certain point where you're gonna say, "Hey, I gotta hold these standards because hey, this is what I want," and I see it. It hurts your feelings to see a true loving couple if you're not in a relationship that way, or if you're not doing the right thing. It'll hurt your feelings, and that's when you know you're ready. So somebody being concerned about me, yes, I would love that.
Yeah, that's Sugar. That was a wonderful answer, and especially this part where you said, so you agree with me that when you questions are asked about your movement, where you're going, who are you going with, are you driving, when are you expected back, how long is the occasion taking, you know. So all those things is a sign, just like you said, that the person cares and the person love you. It's not a sign of insecurity, even though there are still, we cannot deny insecurity, but that is not the sign. So it's a sign.
I'm sorry to cut you out. Just let me say this. I think a lot of women or men have a problem with it sounding like a questionnaire. You get what I'm saying? It's like you just sat down and wrote a list, and this is what you want to say to me tonight. I think the response and reciprocation should be a natural process. That's when the loyalty and the truth and the love and the caring and the honesty and the bond that you have takes place, and you can conversate that way. You can talk this way. You don't. It ain't gotta be you asking me a question for question for question for question. I should tell you the whole deal when I'm doing for relationship, and then you really you already know. And then once I'm honest with you, then you'll really and truly know. And then if I'm not honest, you'll understand at the beginning and the end of that assignment. The assignment is just be communicable, be reciprocable, be able to talk to each other without, deceit. And it won't have to feel like control. That's on either end.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be rounding up soon, but before we go there, let's talk about briefly talk about Alana Avenue. So what's your experience about that family, Alana Avenue?
You said my experience?
Yeah. So what can you say
Um,
about that family
man,
from your own
look,
opinion?
I can't say nothing real superior things and gifted black creators. They're skyrocketing, and it's a soaring success over at Atlanta Avenue. The creativity rocks. Being able to be a part of such a history is phenomenal. I love Atlanta Avenue. It's like a big family theme over there. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows the day ones. The people who've been there. Most of us who are on there now, we've been watching it for a while. We watched Drizzle come up. We watched Zed with the bread, start to present these presentations, and him and Drizzle collaborating. It's a big success, and I just love it over there. I'm able to be creative, be my own me, and so, being creative and having the script combined, it's a wholesome feeling. It's a wholesome event, and I challenge anybody to come and, well, get with Drill to them first and come cast and be significant, because it's a historical cultural thing. It's not a divide. It's a come together. It's a not segregated, it's not separated, it's a togetherness thing. So Atlanta Avenue is hard, it rocks, And shouts out to all the cast members. Shouts out to you too, Gina Do. You a cast member now. And
Yeah.
you've been doing a great job, I must say. I love your scenes. And just keep coming. And everybody, y'all go ahead and watch it. Y'all watch the latest episode 97. We tore it up. Saturday, yesterday it came out at 10 p.m. on YouTube. Got a lot over there.
Yeah. So what? With your dream, um, what do you dream or what do you vision? Where do you vision that Lana Avenue will be in the next 2 years?
Oh man, I can see it on the big screen. I honestly can. I'm not just saying it, because that's not my only project, but it's my main major project. And Atlanta Avenue is going to thrive through the roof. Atlanta Avenue is already taking off, and that's because you got men of God, men who love God so much, preparing that table. Drizzle them, what can I say, man? That's family to me now. They embrace me, and I can see them. God is working with people who are embracing Him and saying His name while they're on the way into fame, and knowing that they'll keep His name. See it so it on, just a big tree. I can see a movie. It's no limit to it. That's how I feel about it right
So in summary, you see big stream coming.
now. I see.
So thank you, thank you. I think we'll have about 4 minutes left. But within these 4 minutes, who will give a shout out to whoever your friends and well wishers, your family, your kids, whatever. Drizzle to and some Lana Avenue family members.
Okay. First, I want to shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my Almighty God. Then I want to shout me out. Autumn Rose, Sugar Dove Queen from Atlanta, Georgia. Autumn Rose the artist. Autumn Wings on Facebook. Y'all follow me. Hearts on Fire 100. We're global. Shout out to all of them collaborate. If I say all their names, we're gonna take that 4 minutes out. But shouts out to just people who really and truly support me. Shouts out to Atlanta Avenue. Shouts out to Chinadu and his TV. Shouts out to the council lady that we spoke to the other day. She was representing for me. Your friend, I don't remember her name, but I followed her industry of recognition and entertainment. This what we're doing out here. We're recognizing each other. It's revelation. So just shouts out to everybody.
Yeah, thank you for coming to the show. And you can
You're
see that
welcome.
this show is a vibe. All we want to discuss is what happens in Atlanta, and the Alanians will be always in this show. So thank you for showing up,
ATL.
Sugar. And I would like to have more of you and more of your friends. You're just free. Any day you see us live on Sundays, 8 p.m., you can always seek for the link and you join us and contribute whatever you want to say. Um, but before we drop, what do you think about this platform, Alana Hangout?
I think it's gonna be an amazing adventure. I gonna open up more broader horizons for different people across the globe because it's a global theme, and I think it's meant to be. And the vibe is already like you already on point. You on point already, so I like the vibe. I like the jingle music in the background. I like
Hmm.
the way you connect it to each platform so it can all go out as a blast and we can have a blast on here. That's what I feel. And I think the content, I think it's creative. I think we can talk about this anything on here and relate them. So yeah, that was great. I like how you came tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Sugar, for showing up. This is Sugar Dope, my people, and I was on the show. We just brought her up today to talk about Alana, how you feel about Alana. You heard from her how Alana is the best for her because she's from Georgia, she's from Alana in Georgia, and she said Alana is the best and she has her points. So if you disagree, it's on you. You can argue with your data or you can argue with your phone, but she's just talking about her own opinion. She talked something about cheating. She said she's not that kind of person, and she will not allow yourself to be caught because it is it has emotional damage that might take time to repair. But she also subscribed to what Busy Bee said that if you're in love, she said, depends on the level of love she has for somebody, she can have great opportunity for a second chance when her spouse or friend is caught cheating. So she said things a lot about things. She said something on controlling. So she chose a path that is very enticing to me because she said that she's not happy if the spouse or the friend in the relationship is not asking her, where are you going? When are you coming back? And what stuff are you doing? And how long is it going to take you? That is a sign of love. But this is what many African women, many African American women, many women out there call controlling. But Sugar is saying today that is part of what proves for her that the spouse is in love. So a lot and a lot she has said if you have listened to her. So she's a good brain, she's a great resource, she's an entrepreneur, an artist, an actress, and a cast member of Alana Avenue. So a big shout out to Sugar for showing up in Alana Hangout. This is Chinedu Anichi TV, your African voice in diaspora. And today, 8 p.m. every Sunday is Alana Hangout. Try and always check us up. Remember, you can watch us live as we're talking now. We're on Instagram at Chinedu Anichi TV. We're on Facebook at Chinedu Anichi TV. We're on YouTube at Chinedu Anichi TV. We're on TikTok at Chinedu Anichi TV. We're on X, that is Twitter, as Chinedu Anichi TV, as we're talking to you now, live and direct. So you can always watch from any of points. So don't forget, 8 p.m. every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, is Alana Hangout. Come, let's hang out where we talk from our hearts. God bless you, Sugar, for coming.
God
God
bless
bless
you.
you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, hello, my people. We had Sugar Dope on the show, and you've seen what she was able to do. So, my people, I thank you for having time to watch, having time to come. For those of you who were watching from Instagram, I see a lot of people. Angry Pascal says sure. Angry Pascal says good one. Thank you. The Queen Bee. Oh, sister, how are you doing? Andy ES EC7220 Yusuf Salawa Cordelia Eze Incomparable Properties Limited. So I don't know. Those of you who are watching, this is Alana Hangout. And from any part of America where you are, you can always, or any part of the world where you are, you can always link up to us. But this time, we want to remind you if you have a business, if you have something doing that you want the black community to know, you want the African community to know, you want it to be known in Alana, get to us, come to this podcast, come to this show live, and you will be heard. So if you have something reasonable that you want to put out there, this is the shop log. God bless you. My name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity CSO. Remember, this is the African voice in diaspora. Thank you for listening to me today, and bye.